Depending on who you talk to, Akron Beacon Journal columnist Bob Dyer is funny or frustrating, clever or cantankerous, insightful or irritating. But the real headline is the awards he's won for his witty commentary on life all around us. And now he's gathered together his famous, or maybe infamous, columns into a collection titled Blimp Pilot Terrorizes Akron and Other Hot Air. For fans and even for foes, I guess, to enjoy. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
It seems a lot of people love your writing, even if they don't like what you're saying. They love the writing.
Yes and no. I actually had a publisher at one point who thought my columns were too negative and sarcastic, so he didn't even like the writing, much less the points I was trying to make.
Oh dear, hope it's not the current one.
I might be a little bit of an acquired taste, but I think one of the reasons I've been successful is I'm pretty mainstream. I think most people
can identify.
I look at this something, and sometimes I'll say things that they don't want to take a chance to say. I mean, one of the chapters is called Politically Incorrect. So I think a lot of things that people are thinking but not saying, I write about, and I think that strikes a chord with some folks.
Yeah, it would. So, but I have to ask you about the title of the book.
Yeah.
It's, what is it? Blimp Pilot Terrorizes Akron?
That would be me.
That by you?
That
I thought maybe it was you.
This came about because I wrote a sarcastic column about the bus system, the Metro bus system, which just gotten this fancy satellite system where they announce the upcoming stops, next stop Main Street. They spent a fortune on it, so I criticized it. Much to my surprise, the head of the bus company said, hey, would you like to try driving a city bus? Take it out and drive it around some pylons, and I did, had a good time. Then I got a call from somebody who said, would you like to drive a locomotive? There's like a 2-mile stretch in Kent where they move limestone around, so I went out and drove the locomotive, and that was fun.
Cool. You get to go out and do things.
Yeah. Then I got to drive a dragster, Dragway 42 in West Salem, and at the end of that column I said, maybe I should give this up. If I go any faster, I'll be airborne. Speaking of which, I've always kind of wanted to ride the Goodyear Blimp.
Sure.
So they called me up, and I thought I'd just get a ride, which was great. I know people who've worked there for 30 years who've never gotten a chance to ride it, so I was thrilled just to ride it. I'm sitting in the co-pilot seat, and he goes, okay, take it over. And I looked at him and said, are you kidding me? So I got to do it. There was a joystick, the model I was in, and he said, just like a computer game, move it where you want it to go. So I moved it left, nothing happened. Moved it right, nothing happened. What I didn't realize is it's not like a boat. It's this big bag of air that just floats around, and it's a delayed reaction. Okay. So I was flipping it back and forth. Pretty soon the whole blimp is going like this. Photographers flopping around in the back like a fish. It was a nice fall day in October, and we were coming up toward the Rubber Bowl in Akron, where the University of Akron football team used to play, and they were just finishing up a game. And as we're approaching, the pilot said, the whole point of this blimp is so people can read the advertising, so we need to bring it down. You're a little too high. Well, the one direction it works is down. You go push down and it goes down. And I'm looking at these people in the Rubber Bowl looking up, thinking they're probably in the movie Black Sunday. So that was my little terrorism in Akron. That was fun.
You write a lot about sports, too. Even though you're not a sports writer, you wrote a book with Omer Vizquel. I think it's because you love sports, right?
I do.
Cleveland sports, even?
Cleveland sports is a little difficult to love at times. I quote Chris Rose, the TV personality, as saying, Cleveland sports fans are 90% scar tissue.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
So, but on the other hand, it's a shared experience. I mean, I was just saying before that as bad as the Browns have been, I'm riveted to the games every week, and I think a lot of other folks are too.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I played sports and watched sports and enjoy it, and there's a chapter about sports in there.
All right. Sounds like it's going to be a good book that strikes a chord with everybody. So Bob Dyer's book, Blimp Pilot Terrorizes Akron and Other Hot Air, will make you laugh, cry, shake your fists, and ultimately wonder why you didn't say it first. To order the book, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Bob for sharing his book and his perspective with us today.
To learn more or to order the book, call Gray & Company Publishers at 800-915-3609 or visit www.grayco.com. Next, don't go broke if your spouse gets sick.